Hey there, this is Steven from Utopian Labs, and in this video I wanted to take some time and tell you more about what Utopian Labs is and how you can use the different agents that we built. So with Utopian Labs, we build agents for sales teams because we don't want companies to having to outsource their entire sales process to this black box third-party platform where they have no control over the process whatsoever. We want to provide our individual agents as sort of building blocks so that companies can build any sales process or any automation flow that they want in their current tech stack. We have multiple agents. One of the first one is R1 Research. R stands for research, of course, which is our flagship agent. R1 can use 50 plus different sources to find anything there is to find in the public domain. It can check if there's open job positions, the team structure, and if the team is growing or shrinking, news events, of course, social profiles, company reviews, Google, if they're running Google ads, meta ads, how they're ranking on certain keywords. Basically, whatever you can think of, that's something that our R1 agent can find. And based on that research, you can use the other agents to do any kind of things. So you have R1 Qualification, which is an agent that can, based on that research, qualify and determine whether a lead is an ICP, yes or no. Timing, for example, like, cool that this company is an ICP, but do we want to reach out to them now or maybe wait a couple of months? Classification, which is basically used to categorize leads in different categories. And of course, R1 Copywriting, which can be used to write any kind of sales message, sales communication that you want. So there's multiple ways you can use these agents. You can either use them through our public API, just get an API key and start using them, which is really helpful if you don't want to manage all of these sources and all of these super expensive models and manage rate limits and scalability and all of this stuff. Because with our API, you can just send this as an input, for example, and get like a full-blown research report as a return, which is super simple. For the companies that do not have any developer resources available, you can also use our agents in multiple direct integrations that we have. And I wanted to show you one example in this video. So this is, for example, Pipedrive. Zapier, of course, for the ones that are watching that are not familiar with Zapier, this is a workflow builder, like a workflow automation tool. And this is an example flow where if there's a new lead in Pipedrive, we qualify the lead. And then if the filters basically says the qualification score is high, then we create a deal. But this is just one of the millions of potential workflows that you can build. You can switch out Pipedrive for HubSpot, or maybe send Slack messages, or manage everything in a Google Sheets, or trigger this workflow through a webhook, for example, that is sent after someone fills in a form on your website, or website visitors, or LinkedIn profile visitors, or whatever you can think of. That's what you can build. And that's also the power of the Utopian Labs agents. You can basically use these agents as building blocks to build your perfect sales process. One of the ways to try this out, which is also what I wanted to show you, is the playground, which is part of the portal. So here, as you can see, you can do any kind of research, qualification. You can basically see what happened in the past. And one thing that I wanted to show you is this one, for example. So let's say we do a qualification run for this company, Happy Naps, and then we're just gonna start it off. And then while the agent is running, you'll see the different things pop up. I'm just gonna pause this video because this might take a couple of minutes and I don't wanna have you just staring at a blank screen in my face. So as you can see here, we just ran the agent. You can see the research conclusion right here. Interestingly enough, there's a couple of things that I wanted to show you. First of all, is the first thing we saw is the research conclusion. That is because we used memory, which is a very powerful feature. If you run multiple agent runs, it could be different agents, it could be the same agent, but on the same lead, then it would actually reuse previous research, which means in order to determine whether Happy Naps is an interesting lead for Utopian Labs in this case, it didn't do any duplicate research, it just used what we already had. So here you can see the research conclusion, and then the qualification score is low at this moment, which means we probably shouldn't contact this company. So this is what I wanted to show you to just give you a glimpse of what Utopian Labs can do for you. We're going to be publishing all kinds of templates and all kinds of different examples of workflows that you can build and things that our customers, for example, build. You can see all of them here in the templates library. And yeah, as always, if this is not enough and you still have some questions, feel free to reach out. We're happy to support you in any way we can and help you get started with building all of these flows. So yeah, very curious and interested to see what you will be building with this. Cheers.